Okay, today we're going to do a little flip cup, and the colors we're using are white, blue, red, and yellow. And the blue and the red will kind of combine to make a purple, while the yellow and the blue will combine to make a green. So without using two extra colors, we get two extra colors. I'm using a smaller canvas. Looks like a 8 by 10. The type of paints we're using are called simply acrylic. As you can see, that's all I'm using. These are all from Walmart. The type of oil I'll be using today is Spot On by Treadmill. Really good. Everybody seems to like this one and use it. Okay. The cup sizes are 3 ounces each, but I'm only using about maybe not even half a cup of the 3, so it's about 1.5 ounces per cup, except for the white, because I'm going to be using a little extra white. Okay, we're going to start up with an empty 3 ounce cup, and we're going to pour just about, I'd say about maybe a 1/4 cup of white in there. We're going to add our oil last. Then we're going to go with the blue. Then we're going to go with the red. So it's kind of layering nicely. A little clumpy there. Not too bad. Got a little air bubbles in this one. The mix might be just a little thin. You just tap it on the top a little bit. Yellow. I'm gonna pour all the yellow in here. Actually, I'll leave a little bit left over. I want to play with that a little bit. And we're gonna put about 8 drops of silicone in. Seems like a lot. Typically, I only do 1 drop per ounce. This is about 3 ounces. We're going to kind of double that up today. See what kind of effects we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plenty. The oil typically makes the cells. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it on top of the canvas, like so. And I'm using little PVC connectors. Those look like a 1/2 inch. Flip this like that. See if you can see okay. And we'll flip like so. Back down. There we go. All right. I'll let that settle for just a little bit. While we're doing that, I'm going to circle the cup with a little bit of white. Just like so. And I'm going to do some edges here, because the edges are the toughest ones to get. And a lot of times what ends up happening is you lose a lot of your cells and a lot of really pretty critical colors that make up the canvas because you're trying to get the corners. So I like to do a little bit extra there. I usually keep a little bucket of water on the side here. I wash my hands as I go. I don't like to use gloves because I don't really feel like, I like to feel the paint under my finger if I'm moving it around a little bit. Okay, now we're going to do something kind of fun. I got this little pin here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to puncture the cup so it releases the vacuum that's already being created into the cup and makes it difficult to lift up. But because I kind of want this to glide around the canvas like so. create or release the suction, and you'll be able to lift the cup up, and you're going to circle the cup around, twisting ever so slightly. Lift every so often a little bit. Kind of all over the place. Ever so slightly tilting the cup a little bit. Lift, lift, lift. Slowly. I'm going to bring it back to the center. A little more this way. And lift. And drawing around. And in the corners there, get a little negative space covered with some paint too. And just let that set for a couple of seconds. I like to torch it just for a couple seconds. Get a little air bubbles out of the action there. Alrighty, you're starting to see a little green, little purple action in there. Looking pretty good so far. I'm gonna start maneuvering this around the canvas a little bit. I don't want to lose, I see some really nice cells there that I really like, and I don't want to lose those. We'll get this to the edge here a little bit. Just kind of coat the canvas a little. Help us along a little bit. All right, I'm going to bring that back a little bit more. And we'll play with this a little bit. Over there. See what I mean? What I don't typically do, I can wipe the sides or underneath is the kind of colors you're getting right there. So you can bring that up and help that out a little bit right there. When it tips over, where it's tipping is typically the colors that are predominant on the area that you're working on. So touch that up. Over here. Help it along on the sides. Kind of scoop the bottom a little bit for the extra paint. Get those corners nice and good. All that action there. Check the other side too. Just a little over here, nothing crazy. There we go. There we go. Starting to look like a little painting. A little extra there. I don't want too much canvas sticking out or visible. All right. Looks like pretty much everything's covered up. Pretty good. A little thin in some of these areas over here on the side, but that'll drip. Wash my hands a bit. I just cut out a little gallon jug and left the handle on. I keep a towel right by me. to wipe my hands so I keep clean. Something I find very difficult to do with gloves on. I'm going to torch this again, see if we can get a few more cells and air bubbles out of here. Look at how pretty that is coming out, man. That's really nice looking. You don't want to get too close, you end up cooking the paint. You don't want to cook the paint. You do want to get those bubbles out. Cells, silicone cells, starting to look pretty nice. I'd like to spread this out composition-wise and move it a little bit more towards the center. Also increasing the size of the cells. You want to do that nice and slow. You'll expand those cells, make them look really, really pretty. But I don't want to lose what I got over here either, so this is a tough one. Back and forth a little bit. Yeah, kind of like this negative space in the center. I'm kind of losing those cells over there, but that's okay. Come back with that a little bit. Bring them down a little bit, get some action in that area. Bring it back a little bit that way. Starting to look like a painting. Set it back down on the PVC. Correct that just a little bit. Wash it off a little, let that set for a couple seconds. A minute. Starting to look really pretty. Wash my hands, dry them off. Take a minute to look at what you got. See if there's any corrections you want to make. Maybe torch it a little bit on this right side so you can get a couple more cell action over here. Kind of this weird blob in the middle here. Right there. I don't know what to do with that. But it's kind of cool. It could be more of a center of focus, but I don't want to draw too much more attention to it than I already have there. Yeah. I got some white spots up top here that I don't really like. Put a little bit of color in there. Yeah. Actually, I'll leave that one alone. That's pretty nice. Over on the side a little bit, make sure you touch up the sides, make sure you get enough paint so you're not showing canvas. Canvas is not the prettiest thing to exhibit. Nobody wants to see canvas, see paint. Alright, starting to look pretty good. Get over here and a little bit of canvas there. Starting to look really nice. All right. If you like what you saw today, please feel free to subscribe. I'll try to put a little bit more information on what I used as far as medium, and you know what the paints are, size cups, and where I got everything from, mostly Walmart. This is a benzomatic torch. You get these at Lowe's for about 25 bucks. Nothing too expensive. All right, and I thank you for watching.